Welcome to Books and Blogs this morning. My name is Catherine Mwangi here at the Dari restaurant in Karen. We are thankful to the management for giving us the permission to use this beautiful facility to film from. Thank you. As always, we have an intriguing guest and book to feature, and today we are talking with one of our own. There's a reason I'm staccatoing. It's because staccato.
Yeah.
I had to bring in a music note.
Yeah.
You do not know that this man sings. So I know it's books and blogs, but I want us to start with his singing gift.
Are you serious? No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't.
Yes, Pastor Chris is actually a really good, astute musician.
Thank you. Thank
Yes,
you.
you are. And you have
Thank
a new
you.
song out.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
quite actually several. You know, because I do several at the same time. Yeah, and I'm working towards getting the album out. Yeah, I need to finish out that. I need to finish out.
Okay, where can people find your music?
On YouTube currently, and we're trying to fix it into the digital platforms, because we wanted to do the entire album fast and just finish up the whole album, then do the shooting of the videos, the whole album, then push it as an album, not just the singles. But the singles are on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Under what name? So they search for Chris Atemo?
Chris J. Atemo.
Chris J, there's a J. Chris J Atemo.
Yes, yes. That J is the jack of all trades.
There you go. He said it. He sings, he writes, he preaches. He's a talk show host. You'll see him on the show. Today's Monday, Wednesday, a day from now.
Yes.
He's a relationship guru in this country. What else do you, he writes? Did I say you write?
Yes, you said that right. You said that right. I do corporate training.
Oh!
Yeah.
Tell us about that. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I do training with corporates, organizational and personal development, yeah, leadership. I do that. Is it called a side hustle?
That doesn't sound like a hassle. Please don't even use that word on us who are hustling. Don't use the hustle word.
Well, the chief hustler lives in Karen.
He lives where we are.
Yeah, so that's good.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, well done. It's good to speak to you again in 2019.
Thank you.
With a new book to boot.
Thank you, and I've got to appreciate you. When I did my first book, you gave me the first interview. Challenged me then. You asked me, are you doing 10? Well, I'm trying to get to the 10, and thank you for the platform.
And it was just the other day.
Yes, yes, yes,
And
it
this
was.
is the what book number?
7.
So this year you're done with the 10?
Yes, because there's one with the publishers now. There's one that is halfway done, and I'm trying to write 4 at the same time. So
You're trying to write 4 at the same time?
Yeah.
How do you do it?
Well, when I write one, when I'm tired, I switch to another one.
Yeah.
I think I learn how to compartmentalize. So if I need to deal with something like leadership, then I do that when I'm tired, and I go probably do something on relationship. Yeah, so that's how I get to do several of them.
And on top of that, preaching as well. And
Yes,
counseling
yes.
people.
Yes.
And your TV show.
Yes.
And I always hear you also on some radio shows.
Yes,
every
and
so
then I'm going to
often.
be a father and a husband.
I was about to say another one. Oh, as in another child. No, but I get you. You're a father and a husband.
Yeah, it's a matter of prioritizing. You just have to ask yourself what things are adding value to where you're going. Once you are clear about your destination, it's easy to make decisions. And you will find that there's a lot of time that we have that we use in things that are not important. So then if I know that Catherine is important to my life, then I give more time. If somebody, it's just a very casual kind of relationship, then I may give time, but not too much. I decide whether I need to meet this person in person or we can just talk on phone. Not everything is urgent.
Yeah.
Not everything is important. And it has nothing to do with somebody being snobbish or something. It's just about where they want to go and the timeline that they have. Yeah. Yeah.
It sounds so good. It has a really good sound to it.
Yeah.
But today we discuss your latest,
Yes.
The Leprous Generals.
Yes.
A subject very close to my heart.
Yes, as it is to my heart.
Okay.
I was sitting somewhere, I was going through quite a number of things. It was my birthday in 2017, and I had gone out of town. So I was with a friend of mine in Johannesburg, And
Oh, this time I was not in Nairobi. Hey.
no, and so I was in a particular season.
Right.
Then a lot of things had gone right. A lot of things were a challenge. So over my birthday, I was sitting there and I'm thinking, where am I at in life? If I look back, what have I done over these years? Who am I? What am I doing? How well am I doing?
How old were you turning?
I was just turning 40 something.
40 something. Okay. Mm-hmm.
And I thought, then the thing of the leprous generals just hit me, the story of Naaman. How you can, on the one hand, have so great victories and still be dealing with certain things around your life. And when people see the victories, they don't understand the battles that you face. And sometimes also how they easily, if they pick up a battle that you have in your life, how they easily want to discredit the general that you are just because you're not as altogether as they think that you should, instead of commending the confidence and the boldness that you have to overcome the shortcomings in order to become who you are. So then I just started writing from there.
Yeah. But I'm wishing you were on our panel for Michelle Obama's book, Becoming. And because, like, you've said something, I'm like, actually, yeah, wait a minute, because I didn't like the book. Have you read it?
No.
Okay. I didn't like them. Everyone in the world is raving about it. But you've just said something about, like, we look at the general's leprosy and we discredit the fact that he or she is a general.
Yeah.
Like, there are things that we can actually commend.
Yeah.
In as much as they're living with this situation.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And now that you've talked about, like, a general has to have things you commend them about or things that you don't like about them, that opens my eyes. I don't necessarily now maybe like it a bit more. I still don't like it, but maybe I have a bit more patience now with her. Yeah.
I think it really takes a lot of strength for somebody to become successful while they know that they're not perfect. It takes a lot of strength. It takes so much strength to climb the ladder, knowing that there are elements about your life that are not all together, and you have people who sometimes notice those, they criticize, they feel those are the reasons why you shouldn't even be where you are, and you boldly still step up and step out without thinking about what they are saying and becoming effective. I think that is a lot of courage. So when somebody is a general and a leper, I would first of all commend them for being a leper, a general in spite of the leprosy. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. When did you release this book?
Late in, this was November.
Last year?
Yes, last year.
Okay, so like, of course, I read as I'm writing my books so that people don't borrow them. But there's something here about, okay, first you say the book is about contemporary generals whose self-esteem and confidence is being eaten up by private struggles which they must hide behind the armor of grace, anointing, and offices they occupy.
Yeah. Too many people, again, this is the other thing, Catherine, that sometimes people cannot handle the struggle of a general. It's not that he wants to hide it. It's just that people don't have grace for that. If I think that Catherine is doing so well, sometimes it becomes difficult for Catherine to allow me into her space because I may not handle. The first thing I'll be going out and saying, and the way she hosts a TV show, the way she looks like she's all together, I didn't know she's struggling with this. So that then makes these people get eaten up by things that they should seek help over. The human side of them is not allowed to come out. So people see the performer, people see the person who is in the boardroom, people see the person who is on the TV shows, people see the person who is on the stage with the music, and they don't allow this person to deal with the other areas in their life. Sometimes they have insecurities, sometimes they have fears, sometimes they have been abused, sometimes they're emotionally not very stable, childhood background. That does not negate the giftedness that they have. So then we use the gift to judge the vessel that carries the gift. So I keep on thinking, if you can only receive me because of my strength, then I'll do everything to hide what is not working in my life. Yeah.
And does that, do you think, stem from that need or desire or hunger to be appreciated or embraced by people?
Yes, and all of us, every human being has the need to be accepted and to be appreciated. We hate rejection. We want to be accepted. We want to feel that we belong. starting from the family all the way. If somebody never felt that they belong in a family, that kind of thing, they will carry throughout life.
Right.
They will keep on seeking validation. And so we draw towards validation the way the plants draw towards light. If I keep on hearing from you positive things, I will always want to talk with you. So there's a way that then somebody easily gets drawn towards that validation, and then they cannot handle the fact that they're not getting it. So they would rather than stay at a place where they're appreciated and accepted than privately deal with the issues that they have, which is quite a burden.
Yeah, it is, and everyone has it, right?
Everyone has it.
Yeah.
Everyone has it.
Do you want to share yours? No, I'm kidding. Would you like to be vulnerable enough on this show? So that's what you do to your guests on Relationships West. Tables turn.
I think this was a level of vulnerability to even write about it and have people discuss
Yes.
it. Yeah, yeah.
When I read this book and you have given illustrations, stories, I related to two people I won't tell you. In fact, I was like, Kwani Pastor Chris was writing about me here. And then I'm like, were you writing about people you know?
Not really.
Is it?
No, no, those were fictional. I opted to just, you know, I wanted to make it as real as possible. So I started coming up with fictional characters and said, let me just try and go a very different way. So yeah.
You touched home on a lot of them, but I ain't saying which character I am. But let's talk about something intrigued me here about a man and his gift. So you said that dichotomy is not lost to your eye. There's the man and there's his gift. So break that down for us.
You know, I could be, for example, I could be a singer. That's a gift that I have, and I could be very good at that. But that does not mean that my character has been developed to the degree that my gift has been developed. So if somebody begins then to judge that because he's a singer, how could he do that? They don't understand that the singer part, that's a gift. It's freely given. It's something they can only improve on, but they really did not have to work to have it. But when it comes to my character, how I make decisions, that's something that depends on my environment, my decisions, my values, and that have got to be instilled. So I could be very gifted as a singer and I will have very bad decisions. You know, I could actually be late for all the rehearsals that everybody's going into, but I'm very skilled.
Right.
So when you use the perfection of the gift to judge who I am, you will be disappointed. That's where the dichotomy is.
I would think your character has to match up to the level of your gift.
That's where the work is.
Ah.
That's where the work is. Now, people don't work like that. A lot of them don't see the need to work like that. So we will have people who are very influential, celebrities, I don't know if that's a very appropriate term, but celebrities, then you find there's certain cracks that they have in their lives because they never thought they needed to build themselves to the level of their gift. So they also, because of the validation we spoke about, they also decided to promote the gift more. And the gift of a man will make room, bring him before great people. Then after a while, if you stay in that room too long, your character will show up.
Whoa, yeah, and then that gift will kick you out. The people won't want you anymore.
Yeah, they won't want you anymore. Yeah.
So how is one supposed then to develop their character to match up to that freely given gift?
I talk about the need for mentorship. People who are not intimidated by your gift, they're not threatened by your gift, they're not even overtly impressed by your gift.
I got those people in my life.
Yeah, they want to work with you as a person. They want to see you as a person grow and develop. They want to keep your feet on the ground. They want you to make sound decisions. Now, the problem again that you find with this kind of gifted people is that they don't like anybody that focuses on something that is outside of their gift. They don't want, what people call mentorship is actually promotion, where they gravitate towards people who will give them the platforms and the stage and promote their gift. They don't want to go towards people who will say, you acted a fool over that. If they're ever told anything, if you tell somebody, you know, you're doing too many gigs, they think you're trying to stop them from becoming who they're supposed to be. If you say you're not spending money well, they're thinking you don't have as much money as I do. So who are you? What are you telling me? So that's where the problem is. And you see, the mentors do not even have to be people who are in the same area as you are.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't need a co-driver who's driving.
No. Yeah, and you allude to that in the topic, where is my profit?
Yes.
That's what you talk about.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's get to the matter. Do you think, actually, this is a question related to what you're talking about, even if it may break the floor a bit, but it's okay. People know they have leprosy, right?
Yeah.
So do you think people would use that as an excuse to, but this is who I am, I have this issue and God is dealing with it? You know how people say, don't judge me?
Yeah, I think that's so misused, abused, overused. The thing of don't judge. The problem is not that you have leprosy. The problem is, what are you doing about it? What are you doing about it? Is there the willingness to see yourself get into a place of wholeness? And if there is a willingness, there's something I wrote in here. You don't come to the doctor if you will not take his instructions.
I saw that. I even marked it. Hold on, I'm going to show you. It was in a big box. But anyway, continue.
Yeah. So if you're going to go to a doctor,
it benefits you nothing if you'll go to the doctor and ignore his instructions.
Yeah. I don't come to you to ask things about TV. You've been there longer than myself or something. Then I ignore you. So what was I coming to you for? I'm wasting my time. Now, a lot of people don't want help. They don't want help. They act like they do. They don't want help. Because you see, for you to break out of the leprosy, you're going to have to challenge yourself. Change is something that is very forceful. It's not automatic. The only change that is automatic is the change that takes you lower. Any upward progression will either need some force or intentionality. But for you to become worse, you don't need any effort, you know. So most people don't want that change because it will make them very uncomfortable. And the lack of that initiative and intentionality is what makes them say, you know, this is who I am. Everybody who identifies areas in their lives that are not working must be honest enough with themselves. I need to deal with this. So me identifying that I'm sick is not supposed to make me stay sick. That's why I go and see the doctor. So nobody has any excuse. You know, we're supposed to keep on working on ourselves. Yeah.
And still on that, still on the doctor's analogy, I see here on page 89, you gave your television show story and what you had to go through, contrary to what you know, how the life you know as a minister and how you're taken care of, and there's everyone doing everything you need.
Yes. Then I come into TV. I like to share this a lot and say, you know, every area you go into, every new area, you've got to submit to the people who are there because they know. They know. So I was used to one kind of a life. I'm coming in here, the rules have changed. So if I'm going to be effective in this area, I must learn from the people who are there, regardless of what I think I know or I don't know or who I think I am. Now, some people want to carry who they are in one area into another area, not learning that you've got to, in every place, you've got to submit to the prophet, in quotes, in that particular place. You don't carry, that's ego now, that's pride. When I think, okay, so I'm a church pastor and I've got protocol and all of that, so when I come in here, you better treat me like one. And people miss out on opportunities like that for growth.
And you said, like, instructions will be issued by people who in church quarters will be your children.
And you've got to listen. You've got to listen. You've got to listen. You know, because I interact a lot again with ministers, I've seen so many lose even opportunities in the marketplace because they did not know how to transition. Sometimes we're so, because in church there's too much concentration on our gift. People see you preach the power, the music and something, so you want to carry that everywhere else, and you go somewhere else where somebody's not even, they don't care.
Like anointing? What does that mean?
They've got work to do.
What does that mean? Okay.
So and pride is one of the biggest leprosies that somebody can have. Pride is one of the biggest leprosies. By the way, I got to tell you that, you know, I used to dress up in suits until Catherine told me, you know, you need to variate. And I'm thinking, why are you even telling me to change? But you see, every area, there's somebody who knows better about that area. And if you just subject yourself to what they're saying, you become a better person. You don't lose who you are.
And look at the success God has given you with your show.
And I'm grateful.
You're the relationships guy. Do you go through problems in your relationship? I'm sorry, don't answer that.
But I could answer, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Sometimes I actually even talk about topics that we're still dealing with my wife at home, and then I know she's watching.
You're like, let's hear what this one will say.
But then now, I again, the beauty of it is that it puts me at a place where then I have to practice.
So you're held accountable.
Yes, even through the show. Because if I'm talking to somebody and then I say, you know, the way to deal with conflict is communicate, and then we weren't talking before that, and she watched it. When I come home, you know what?
I'm waiting for this communication. Eh?
Yeah, yeah. So it's very helpful. It's very helpful. Yeah.
Oh my God, you're blessed to be married to a beautiful woman. I mean, she has patience. Me, you are telling people communicate. I'm waiting.
You'd be texting while the show is going on.
It's a communicate? Yeah, anyway, yeah. So there's a quote here I like. The pressure of staying on top may be greater than the pain of getting there. It's on page 18. Yeah,
yeah. You know, when you're going up, the beauty of going up is that most times people don't even notice you're coming up.
Yeah.
So you're fighting all these other battles, but most of them are very internal. When you get up, your battles get external also. There are those people who now begin to notice. You see, when you're coming up, you're fighting your own issues, your own leprosy, you're going up. You're the only one who knows that. When you're up there, mostly people begin to look for it. There's a way people are, Catherine, that they don't take notice of you until you're up there, then they begin to look for what is wrong with you. Because they don't believe you should be up there when they are not. So people love to look for what is wrong with them, not why have they made it to that place.
Yeah.
So you begin to deal with that pressure. You have the internal one. Maybe you even did not think you'd get that far.
Oh, you deserve that.
Yeah. But somehow then you were there. Then the pressure now from the outside, people who were trying to get your place, people who were trying to remind you why you shouldn't be there, or you go up, you'll hear people who knew you 10 years ago come up with a mistake of 8 years ago, and they've never brought it up until you're somewhere.
Yes, yes.
I remember one of the days we were doing the Relationship Wednesday, and so just tweeting, somebody I couldn't even recognize comes up and says, I snubbed him in a bank. And he says we went to school together. Yeah, over 25 years ago.
You're supposed to remember him.
Yeah, and he said, you know, he came to the bank and he was all smiley, and then I gave him a look from the top of the head to the soles of the feet.
I can't believe him. Yeah, that's how you look at us.
Really? No.
Like, and then in slow motion.
No way. So, so I'm thinking, why did he have to come here? So
to say that?
Yeah, on Twitter. Then I said, well,
it's okay.
It's okay. And that's sometimes now the pressure, because the people who feel like you shouldn't be where you are because they think that you don't deserve to be.
It.
Yeah, and that's part of the pressure that comes in with when you're going up.
Yeah, I tell you, this book. Let's see about childlike but not childish, and then you gave the example of your sons. You went somewhere playing. Running.
Yes.
You were running and you thought you would outrun them.
Yeah, I had it in my mind. Yeah, I had it in my mind. I thought I was very fit and very strong. So I tell them, you know, you guys, you be like 10 meters away ahead of me.
Start ahead.
Yeah, and I couldn't even get to where they started at. I couldn't even get there.
How do you use that analogy to explain the topic?
Well, you know, childlike, there's the simplicity that a child has. That you need to have. It is not foolishness. It's a simplicity. It's just that you're not malicious. If I would quote scripture, it says, do not in malice be children, in understanding be men. When it comes to understanding and processing things, be mature. When it comes to malice, children easily forgive. Children easily learn, they trust. If you tell a child this is red today, they believe that that is red. So the childlikeness is a teachability. It makes it easy for you to learn. It makes it easy for you to be vulnerable. And that's the only way that you can actually be helped out of a leprosy. When you're willing to easily be, you know, you're not so conscious of who you were. When we become adults, we are so conscious.
It's true, we lose the malleability and the vulnerability, that tenderness, that tender heart. We lose it.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's vicious, man, it's vicious out there. It's a war zone. It's a war zone. Anyway, we're going to be taking a short commercial break, after which we are joined by two people who've read this book and we'll be getting their insights on the leprous generals. Don't go too far.